what's up? Welcome to welcome to ItsASheThIngTV by me, Dominique. And before we get into this Real Housewives of Atlanta season 6 episode, let me just quickly shout out somebody, okay? By the way, guys, I've had a very eventful week. I've been working non-stop, so sorry that my video is a day late. But, it's Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas Eve to you guys and your family. I wish you all the best. And, I sprained my damn ankle. I'm limping right now. It's bandaged up, so yeah. So let me shout out this person, okay? So I'm going to give a special shout out to somebody called Taxminia0311, okay? Now, this person commented on my video, my last Real Housewives of Atlanta review, and this person insulted my livelihood. So this person kind of she said I had clown eyebrows. No, she said I had monkey eyebrows. Now I didn't know monkeys had eyebrows, but apparently they do. She said I had clown makeup on. I don't wear makeup, I only do my eyebrows. She said I need to fix my monkey eyebrows. And yeah, now here's the thing, Taxminia, okay? I thought my eyebrows were kind of good. Shit. Shows how much I know. Damn it. But no, really, Taxminia, yeah. I thought the comment was funny, but you could have been a little bit more creative. You could have just, you could have just been, you could have just done something more. And not only that, but your grammar was fucking appalling, okay? If you're gonna come for someone, at least bloody come correct. Make sure you're using the proper punctuation, the proper syllables, the proper grammar, capital letters and shit. You're killing me. You're killing me, Taxminia. But yeah, this is the thing, guys. You're always gonna get negative comments, but these people don't pay your bills. They don't do shit for you. And guess what, Taxminia? Not only did you give me a view, you gave me a view, but you also made me relevant somehow, so thank you very much. Okay, so let's move on to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 6, episode 8 review. Sorry guys, got a little tongue tied. Alright, so the girls finally go to Savannah, okay? So we leave off from the argument that Candy and the coach bus director Kenya had, okay? So they finally touched down in Savannah, and they're all talking, blah, blah, blah. And Phaedra kind of just sits there and pops out her tit. Because I think she's lactating. I don't know about these things right now. But, yeah, she's lactating. And apparently, your tits get filled up with all this milk and it hurts and it's heavy. I can imagine. I don't know how I'm going to cope with that shit because I've got fucking massive tits. Alright? They don't need to get any bigger. So how the fuck am I going to lactate? God. Alright, but yeah. So that's what was happening. And, the girls were all getting to know each other, talking about weekly sex or lack thereof with their spouses, alright? Now, Portia believes that, not only should you please your man very often, I agree, but, you should be submissive as a wife. And, how did that work out for you, Portia? Because I don't know, you're not with your husband right now. You see, I don't agree with that, being submissive. Of course, you have to agree and, do certain things. You have to bend the rules, when you're married, it's a partnership as well. And you both have to la-di-da, Oh, but you asking permission and shit for what? Baby, can I go outside and, pick some grapes? Yeah, baby, you can, but make sure you back by 8. What the fuck? I'm not asking you shit. I will ask you things, that needs to be asked. Like, where the fuck is the kettle, honey? Or, did you change the channel? Stuff like that. I'll ask you stuff like that, but I'm not going to ask for damn anything like, baby, can I go out? You don't ask. You kind of just talk about it, and that's what the husband does as well. You kind of just talk about it. So, submission, I don't know. That just kind of, I don't know. But, Monique. I'm not going to call her Monique. Monique with the Y. She agrees about being submissive to the husband, alright? Now, Kenya on the Portia and Cordell situation, okay? She says that she doesn't obviously agree with this whole submission thing. And, you know, Portia just breaks out and starts crying, okay? And that's a shock to me, and that's a shock to everyone. But, you know, I kind of understand why she's crying, because she feels as though that everyone is, you know, agreeing with what Monique is saying about this whole, you know, like, you know, I do this for my husband and blah, blah, blah. However, they were all criticizing her relationship with Cordell and, you know, ridiculing her. And, you know, she felt bad because Monique's relationship is working for her. She's still married and hers just fell to shit. Here's the thing Portia doesn't understand, okay? We don't know how Chuck is to Monique. We don't know if he's a fucking arrogant, controlling beast. But we saw how Cordell kind of was, and I'm guessing he was even worse behind closed doors, okay? He was controlling, okay? He seems like it, if anything. So that's probably why the girls were going on to you about your marriage. But, you know, let's move on, okay? So the ladies finally reach the wedding cake mansion. So they enter it and it looks fucking scary as shit. Okay, now I'm not into that shit. I'm definitely not about to get no tour from no creepy white lady, okay? Because she just looked like one of them psycho, you know, the psychic women that, you know, they talk to the dead, the fucking seance people. Is it called a seance? It's not called a seance. Why the hell did I say that? It's called a seance. You know, awakening the damn, I don't, talking about that, just, no. She looks like one of them people. I'll be damned if I enter a big-ass creaky old house that was there in 1860-something and hasn't been changed since. I'm not going. I don't care if I'm with 10, 20 people. I don't need my spirit revoked. I don't need none of that shit. I'm too young. I don't want it. I'm not involved. I would not be there. I would not go there. Never. Right? So, as the ladies enter, Candy just shoots towards the master bedroom, okay? Alright, now, this is the thing. She was late. Not only was she late, but, you know, yeah, you can't just, you know, just do that. You know, this isn't your trip. So I kind of understand where everyone else was coming from, you know. You know, Candy kind of likes to do stuff like that. And, you know, she headed for the bedroom and she, you know, she just, didn't see anything wrong with it. And that was a nice-ass bedroom. Alright, now, I believe the bedroom should have been reserved for Nene. However, nobody said shit. Okay? When Candy was heading towards the master bedroom, no one said nothing. So, you know, if no one's saying anything, I don't see a problem with it. Alright? However, as soon as the girls start claiming rooms, that's when everyone wants to start talking. And that's when, you know, the guns come out and everyone thinks Nene should have got it. But Nene doesn't say a damn thing, alright? So if Nene's not saying anything, why the fuck do the rest of the girls think that they should be saying anything? Yeah. So, Nene claims that she's suppressing Nene. Okay, now if you don't know who Nene is the psycho Nene. The Nene that just argues with everyone and wants to fucking just go crazy. Okay, that's Nene. Alright, and as Nene's trying to suppress it, being the mature woman that she is, Kenya, her fucking lapdog, little puppy, chases after her and, you know, keeps trying to instigate shit and revoke Nene. Trying to just, you know, that's when, you know, people like that are just bad minds, alright? You don't need people like that. You're trying to do good and they're just trying to instigate shit just to make you act up a fool. Because at the end of the day, guys, we know if Nene acts up, everyone's going to be talking about it. And that's what Nene said. Alright? Okay. Sorry guys, I'm looking at my notes. So obviously Nene tells the girls about how she feels, which I respect, okay? She didn't just go and chat behind their back. She actually went to them and said, you know, she believed that she should have had this room reserved for her as this is her trip, as she is the host, as she is paid for everything. And I'm like, of course, okay? And, you know, meanwhile, Phaedra walks in and Monique kind of tells Phaedra about this whole lateness thing. Now, this is the thing about, I see Monique as, you know, guys, I don't know what her fucking name is. Is it Monique, Monique, Monique? What's her name? I'm gonna call her Monique. Monique, because I just can't with the Y. Her name's Monique. I don't know what the fuck her name is, alright? But anyway, she tries to tell Phaedra about her lateness, okay? Now, here's the thing about her. She is new to this whole shit, okay? She's new. And, you know, new people can't just be getting comfortable like that. You don't know the girls like that, Monique. Who the fuck do you think you are? No, you know, but I could see she's coming from a good place. You know, she's just trying to joke around, you know, doing that nervous laugh that she keeps doing, like. And, you know, that doesn't go well. Phaedra reads the fuck out of her. Phaedra's like, look, okay, now, I don't know about late, but I have a newborn and I have jobs. She said jobs, okay? And I think that's a good enough excuse. Let's leave it at that. Okay, that's a good enough excuse for me, boy. She don't have a job. She has jobs, okay? She has many jobs. That's all I'm saying. So Monique can't be, you know, buddy with these people. Like, you don't know them like that, Monique. But, you know, she just didn't know that she got red, okay? Now, the thing about Monique is, sorry guys. The thing about Monique is, she was raised by, you know, her white side because she's biracial. And, you know, obviously the black culture and the white culture are completely different things, okay? So, you know, certain slang or certain words that we use, the white community might not use, or they might use, but it might have a different meaning. So, you know, Monique doesn't really get some of the little words that the girls say. So, you know, I don't blame her. I think I'm not going to say she's a nice person, but I think she's coming from an okay place, alright? She's trying to get along with the girls, alright? So, she gets a Read 101 lesson by the Read Queen, Cynthia. Okay, yeah. Why, guys? You know, they're just trying to add some bits to fill time. Okay. So let's move on to the big part, guys, okay? So, the ladies go on a historical tour to the first black church of America, okay? The first black church where the Underground Railroad passed right underneath it, okay? Now, you know, obviously this is a very touching thing, you know. I'm very in touch with my roots. I'm very in touch with my blackness. I'm very proud, and I love it, okay? And I know about these things, so I could see the very, you know, the heartfeltness of this part of the program, you know what I'm saying, okay? So, I must say, the tour guide's voice, but I feel like I was watching a history lesson, or fuck, I thought I was on the damn tour too. He was like, now guys, we're gonna go to the first black church where the Underground Railroad passed underneath us. Now if you could see the diamond holes on the floor is where the Underground Railroad users would use to breathe. I was like, yes, power to the people, damn. Alright, so as he's going on, Portia talks about, you know, her granddad's legacy, alright? And her granddad is Hosea Williams. You see, being British, we don't really know that. No, okay, well, actually, no, that's not the truth. Being British, we're not as schooled on the whole American black history as obviously black Americans, okay? We're not. It's not really on our history list, like, you know, that's the downside of Britain, okay? But, you know, I take it upon myself to research. I know everything about my history, so, you know, yeah. Hosea Williams was a big character, especially in the civil rights movement, okay? So, she talks about her granddad's legacy, you know, and how, you know, he did so much. And I'm like, yes, Portia, you know, because if anyone should know about the Underground Railroad and the civil rights movement, it should be you. So the tour guide talks about how the Underground Railroad passed underneath the church and what it was used for. Okay, now I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I was young, I really did think the Underground Railroad was a train. I didn't think it was a train as such. I just thought it was like a subway where the slaves would pass through. Alright? You know the subways, you know the underground trains. That's what I thought it was. I didn't think it was an actual train labeled labeled the Underground Railroad, you know, picking up passengers. Whoop, whoop. Next stop, Underground Railroad. No, I didn't think it was any of that. I just thought, you know, it's just a little subway thing that you pass through. Okay? That's like thinking the soul train is a fucking train of soul. Well, it is a soul. Well, it is a train of soul, but it's not an actual train. Damn it. That's like, oh yeah, you know, I think the Underground Railroad and the Soul Train are just both fucking great services and great trains to get on. But anyway, guys, so the tour guide talks about this, you know, he's getting really into it, and I'm into it, you know, I love learning about this. All the girls are into it. And Portia gives a great speech, a very convincing speech, okay, about how she marched with her grandpappy at 6 years old, and how people would throw stones, and how, you know, I marched with my granddad, and, you know, I was marching with him back in 82, and people would throw stones, you know? And I was like, and she was like, it is our right to teach our children about our history, because it means so much. And I was like, yes, Portia, you're so right. And then she shits on that whole fucking scene by saying, I mean, there must be an opening. There must be an opening because, how would the train get in? You know, because someone's obviously driving. You know, because I don't mean they're electric like today's trains, but, you know, someone must have been driving it. Portia, I don't know what fucking spirit invoked you to say that shit. I don't know if you actually calculated that sentence. I don't know if you actually thought about it and thought, should I really say this shit? Being in such a historical place, you know, should I really say this shit? Knowing that there is Twitter, knowing that there is Black Twitter where they fucking rip celebrities to shred. You know, maybe I should say this dumbass statement because I'm already not perceived as being dumb. But let me just say this statement because, you know, it's bad enough that I thought the Underground Railroad was an actual underground railway station. Okay, I understand, but I was young. When I grew up, I knew what the fuck it was. It was a metaphor. It was a figurative speech, okay? Where the slaves would get together and, you know, fight their way to freedom. You know, going through different destinations. But this girl, 32 years old, guys. She is 32, and she thought the Underground Railroad was an actual train that picked up passengers, because, you know, train services were great back in those slavery times, right? You know, because there was a fucking good train express station back in the 1600s and the 1800s, really? Because black people could afford trains. She thought the Underground Railroad was a train, guys. I just can't. Did it not occur to her that slaves were poor? That's why we were slaves. You know, we did labor and didn't get paid. How the fuck did you think slaves could get a damn train? If that's the case, Portia, who bought the train? Because I know the white man didn't buy the train, so who bought this damn Underground Railroad train? Oh my gosh, like, and no matter how many times the women would tell her that it was not a real train, girl. Portia was just like, no, but if it, like, how did they enter? How did the train, Portia, it wasn't a real train. No, but, you know, like, someone must have been driving. Portia, there was no damn train. So I said, why was it called a train? It was a figurative speech, Portia. But no, because there must have been an opening and an exit. The same opening and exit that your brain damn took. Portia, doesn't the song Wade in the Water mean anything to you? You know, what does your granddad think? Jose, I'm sure Hosea schooled her, okay? Because this woman's a grown-up woman and doesn't know about the Underground Railroad. She thought it was an actual train. I mean, there's Google, there's Bing. There's all these search engines. Alright, guys, you know, I'm done with that. Her granddad just must not be happy. Martin Luther the King and all these people are side-eyeing him and her right now. God rest all their souls. I just can't believe that. Underground Railroad. Okay, I understand if, okay. Alright, guys. Okay, everyone was shocked. You know, Portia, you're just gonna get ridiculed for this. You made your bed, you're gonna lay in it, boy. Shit. Underground Railroad. Okay. Alright. Let's move on. Because, okay. So the ladies then, you know, all go to a bar to get some drinks. Okay, you know, having a lovely day in Savannah. So nice, so good. And my niece's dumbass brings up this whole Chuck situation, okay? Now, she brings up the fact that Candy and Chuck dated. Now, she believes that they only dated for 2 weeks. You know, she's laughing. You know that nervous laugh? She's like, by the way, you and my husband dated for like 2 weeks, right? And Candy was like, 2 weeks? It wasn't no 2 weeks. And I was like, oh. And my niece was like, what? But he told me it was 2 weeks. And she was like, But this is how it actually started. She brought it up by saying that some older lady came up to Chuck at Nini's wedding saying that, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in ages, blah, blah, blah. And that old woman happened to be Miss Crazy Mama Joyce, okay? Because she obviously liked somebody, hard to believe. So Candy kind of checks my niece. Now, I know Candy wouldn't have said shit if this shit wasn't, you know, brought up. But, you know, my niece brought this shit up on herself. So not only does Candy correct the situation, she schools my niece, okay? She says that, we didn't just date for 2 weeks. It was more like we dated when I was 18 and 19, and then we dated again when I was 21. And I was like, well, damn, that wasn't no damn 2 weeks. And my niece was like, oh, I mean, he didn't mention that. And I was like, of course he wouldn't. Why would your man, your husband, mention an ex? Why? Why? Because why would it come up? Okay? So, you know, the ladies are loving this, but they're all sitting around with their popcorn like, Kenya's just laughing, you know, and I was on Kenya's side about this. I was just laughing. I was laughing. It was funny. It was funny. Okay? But Candy's like, no, like, it wasn't a serious thing, but we all knew each other's family. Like, he was really close with my mom. And my niece's face just said it all. She was like, okay, so my niece then keeps trying to justify this situation. She's like, yeah, okay, but, you know, I know it wasn't serious. And Candy's like, well, it kind of was. And my niece's like, okay, but, you know, I married him now, you know, so obviously, you know, what you two had wasn't that serious because I'm with him now. And Candy's like, okay, even though I dumped him. And my niece's like, what? I'm like, girl, my niece, stop it, stop, okay, stop, just stop digging it, just stop. So, if this situation wasn't awkward enough, Phaedra walks in, okay? Phaedra walks in. And, you know, the girls are just loving this now. Phaedra's just clueless as fuck. After finishing pumping her tits, she was just like, what are y'all talking about? And, you know, all of them just start laughing, okay? Manny's just sitting there looking confused as fuck. And then Kenya, just to make the situation more awkward, asks, what was the sex like? Yeah, because Candy's really going to sit there and say, oh, you know, Chuck had a big dick. Yeah. Chuck can put it down, you know, like me and Chuck, yo, we were crazy. Like, we used to fuck all the time. Yeah, because she really gonna say that? But, you know, I was here for it. You know, I love drama. That was funny. Okay, so Phaedra then sits down and says, you know, because the other women are asking her, oh, so Phaedra, what happened with you and Chuck? Because he said that you guys weren't serious, nothing really happened. And Monique was like, yeah, Chuck said you guys didn't even date. You know, it wasn't serious. And Phaedra's like, we did date. We were young. We were in elementary school, okay? We were what? Young. In 8th grade, 9th grade, okay? And then we dated again in college. And Monique is like, what? I was like, girl, you just should have sat your ass down and said not a damn word. But you asked for it, and they're telling you. Alright? So then Kenya, wait, what does Kenya say? Kenya says in her confessional that, I don't think they dated, okay? I think Chuck just hit it and quit it. And I was thinking, Kenya, not everyone's like you, girl. Not every man hits and quits. They must have done that to you because you're single still. Oh, no, sorry. You're still with the prince. The prince or the king, the African prince, Prince of Niger. You're still with him. Okay, all right, Kenya. But, you know, Phaedra clarifies it. She's like, you know, ain't nothing happened. You know, it was never serious. And I'd never do anything to disrespect you. I'm happily married. I've got my 2 kids. Ain't nobody thinking about Chuck. And then, you know, they're all talking and laughing. Portia says something and Monique just gets so fucking defensive, okay? Because she already kind of, I think she feels that Portia's the weak, I can't talk, guys. The weak link, alright? But little did she know that Portia's a fucking pit bull. And Portia won't shut the fuck up for anyone, alright? So she gets all defensive. And then Portia was like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? I was on your side. What are you talking about? And my nigga's like, you shouldn't be talking because you got your own situation with your husband. And I don't know, guys. Portia just lets it rip. Portia shuts her down and shuts her up. Okay? And I'm like, my nigga, you're too damn fast. You should have shut the fuck up, girl. You can't just enter this whole vicinity and just try and just throw shade here, you know, try and be buddy here, and then try and start on somebody. You don't know these bitches like that. Okay, guys, that was my review. Sorry if it was all over the place. I'm tired. It's Christmas Eve, guys. It's Christmas Eve. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Sorry, guys, but yeah, that was my Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 6, Episode 8 review. Guys, please comment, like, and subscribe. And for all the future tax minions of the world, if you're going to comment and try and insult me, please come correct, okay? There is nothing wrong with my damn eyebrows. Come on. Alright? You know, we should be supporting each other. That's what I'm saying. So you must be a really ignorant, ass, boring motherfucker to try and come and insult someone else's shit. You know, I'm doing something productive, okay? But guys, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. You gotta tell me your thoughts of this Underground Railroad situation, guys. Tell me what you think. Please check the link to my last video. And, you know, guys, have a Merry Christmas. You know, Christmas is the time of love and family. It's not about presents and all that materialistic shit. No, I'm joking, guys. Have a great Christmas, guys. Love you all. Thanks for watching my videos. Thank you for commenting. And I'll always make sure to reply. Bye, guys. Love you.